ladies, in this video I want to share with you a tag video, and it is called 11 Things You Do Not Know About Me. Miss Carla from Real Chicks TV is the one who came up with this tag, so thank you, Carla, for doing this. It has been a lot of fun doing this little video here that I've got ready for you all. If you are not familiar with Miss Carla, please go check her out. I'm going to list her little video down below that she did. She is such a beautiful, kind, sweet, she is a genuine lady, and I just absolutely love her and adore her. She shares lots of videos on makeup and skincare. Whenever you watch Carla, she just, you get into the video and you just find yourself just smiling, because she just, I don't know, there's just something about her that she's a beautiful lady. So I hope that you will go check out her channel. But anyway, I want to share with you 11 things that you do not know about me. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start out with the first thing that you do not know about me. I accidentally took one of my dog's thyroid pills one night and ended up in the emergency room. So basically I had taken 8 times the amount of thyroid, and I had called a pharmacist, and he's like, oh, you're probably going to experience some heart palpitations. Boy, did I ever. But yeah, I ended up in the hospital because I accidentally took my dog's thyroid medicine. And you're probably wondering, well, how in the world did you do that? There was a particular medicine that I took at night, and it was the same color as what his was. And yeah, that's how I did it. Accidentally took his. The second thing is that I fractured my back on a horse. And it was an ex-race horse that I had. And a lot of it really was my fault because, the day when I decided that I was going to, ride him a particular day. And, when I was saddling him up, he had given me every indication that it was not going to be a good day for him to ride. Sometimes thoroughbreds, they just have a little bit of an attitude to them, and he definitely had an attitude problem that I was like, no, we're just, going to ride just a little bit. And so I ended up getting thrown off of him and ended up in the emergency room. They had taken me to one place, and they had the little pulse ox machine thing on me, and the nurse, took off running out of the room. And I was talking to my bestie Candace, and I was like, I was talking to her, where did she go? And she's like, I don't know. And then the next thing I know, a doctor came in, and he's like, Mrs. Woods, we've called you an ambulance, and we are in fear. He says, I am in fear that you have either punctured a lung or collapsed a lung, and we are not equipped to take care of you. So we're going to have paramedics come and take you to the emergency, to a hospital. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, oh, no, it just hurts. I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm holding my breath. And he's like, no, ma'am, you can't hold your breath to do that. So anyway, yeah, that was a little scary, but I did not have a punctured lung or a collapsed lung. But I did do some damage with that. But anyway, so I fractured my back getting bucked off of an ex-race horse. Next thing is, I used to be a NARA instructor. So NARA, a long time ago, used to stand for North American Riders for the Handicap Association. So anyway, I taught disabled children and adults therapy through horses. Some of the children and adults that I taught, disabilities such as MS or Down syndrome, ADD, ADHD, there was just all kinds of children and adults that I did have in my classes. That was the best. I hate to call it a job, but it was a job because I did get paid for doing it. But that was just the most rewarding, most wonderful job that I ever had in my life. Just to be able to witness the true magic You know, that horses, there's just something about horses. I mean, y'all know that I love them and I'm obsessed with them. That's just the way that it is. But there's just something about horses when you bring a child into a barn and they are wheeled, you know, brought in a wheelchair, and they are a completely nonverbal child. And you take that child's hand and you brush it up against the side of a horse, and you just watch their faces just light up. And, you know, it's just such a, it's just so wonderful. And, you know, there were so many children that I taught, and I mean, oh my word, several of them, you know, I still keep in contact with their parents. And some of the children, you know, that I had, I mean, they were just so incredibly special to me and just so wonderful. And, you know, it was just such a wonderful experience. So, yes, I used to be a NARA instructor. I also used to breed parrots. I had over 200 pairs of the big huge tropical parrots. They're the green-winged macaws, the blue and gold macaws. I had the big, you know, beautiful white cockatoos, the Moluccan cockatoos, citron cockatoos, the ones that, you know, lift up their crest, and African grays, Amazons. Yeah, I had probably about right at 200 pairs of birds that I did breed. And yeah, that was such an experience, and very, oh boy, I don't know how many times I would get bit. Because a lot of these birds, you know, I mean, even though they were pet birds at one time, once you have these birds and, you know, they become a pet, you know, I mean, they're very sweet, very loving. Yes, they do talk. But once, you know, I would match them up with you know, put them together, a pair of them together. Oh yeah, all bets are off. They really quit talking, and all they want to do is attack you. I mean, they're just, ooh. And yes, I had lots of babies. I actually had a whole room that was dedicated just to the baby birds. I had a lot of incubators where I would incubate the eggs, and you know, assist baby chicks out of their eggs. And yeah, that was a lot of fun, but it was oh my word, it was so much hard work. It literally took me right around 4 to 5 hours in the morning just to get everybody fed. We had a special building that was dedicated to the birds, and I kept them all in huge flight cages. And yeah, so that was, especially like the big macaws and the cockatoos. Whew, the macaws get a hold of you, and boy, those, oh, it hurts. It hurts. So yes, I used to breed parrots. If I am around water, such as like an ocean or a river or a lake, anything other than just like a swimming pool, I have to wear shoes to go in that water. I will not go in any type of, like, you know, like a river or a lake or anything without shoes on. And I don't mean just like, you know, walking on. I mean, if you're in the middle of a lake on a boat, you know, and you jump in the water, I have to have my shoes on. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. There's just something about being in water with fish. I'm afraid that the fish are going to eat my toes off. So, yes, I have to wear shoes if I am in a lake or a river or any type of a body of water other than a swimming pool. Shoes are on my feet. I wrecked a car one time, and technically I wasn't even driving the car. So, yes, this was way back when I was in high school. The boy that I was dating at the time, he was driving, and we were going down a street, and he had a bunch of bottle rockets, so he was just randomly letting bottle rockets off out of his car. And so he said, take the wheel. So I was steering the vehicle for him as he was driving it. and I don't know, I think I wanted to watch the bottle rockets as well. So as I was trying to see where the bottle rockets were going, I hit a parked car. So yes, I wrecked a car and I wasn't even driving it. All right, so now then for this next little fact about me, I was driving down a 4-lane highway, so I'll have to explain this just a little bit so y'all don't get the wrong idea here about me. A 4-lane highway, and there was a horse on the side of the road that had gotten out of its pasture. And nobody was stopping to help this horse or to figure out, try and put this horse back in a pasture where he came from. And I mean, people were just like really speeding by, like, no problem going 55 miles an hour right past this horse. And so anyway, I stopped and got out and went over to where he was. And I did not have anything in my truck at all that I could put around his neck, to try and guide, lead him around or anything. I mean, I had nothing in my truck at all. So it was a pretty hot summer day. I had on a little white t-shirt. So I just kind of, how you can unhook your bra. So I unhooked my bra and slipped my bra off from underneath of my shirt. So I kept my shirt on, but I undid my bra, and brought it out the armholes and everything, and brought my bra out and put my bra around that horse's neck and led him to safety. Put him in I figured out where he had gotten out from. And so anyway, I was putting him back into where he came from, and I had seen the little area where he got out of. And so I was putting him back in there and mending where he got out. And the owners had came up, and they were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And they were saying, how they're really grateful and everything. And then just out of the corner of my eye, I see my bra hanging on a fence post. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the lady looked at me and she goes, is that yours? And I was like, yes, that's the only thing I had to put around him to put him back in his pasture. So anyway, we got a good laugh. I rescued a horse with my bra. I can drive a tractor, a forklift. I can also drive a 1-ton dually truck with a 4-horse trailer attached to it, no problem, and that includes backing it up. Another little incident with a horse and my bra. Candace and I, we were at the barn where we kept all of our horses and everything, and we were putting up some new hot wire to keep the horses behind. We kind of separated pastures. Anyway, we were putting up new hot wire, and I was in charge of holding the bag of like little plastic clips where you hammer them into the tree or the post or whatever, and then the wire sits in those. So anyway, our horses, one in particular, Cade, which is the one thoroughbred that I have right now, he does tricks for treats. And so anytime they hear that, that plastic crunching or whatever, that usually means like peppermints or some kind of food. So anyway, he was right there with me because he was for sure that I had treats every time I would, he would hear that bag. So he was standing right behind me, and I had the bag, right here, and I had the hammer, and I was like, look, buddy, it's not food, it's just plastic little clips. I even took one out, and he was like, okay, And so anyway, I was standing there with the clips and with the hammer. The hammer handle was end up, and on the other end of the hammer you have the little flat thing, that you beat things with, the nail or whatever, and then the other side is like that little claw thing. So the next thing I know, Cade has grabbed a hold of that hammer handle, and he has pulled up, and as he did, the claw part grabbed, it dug into my stomach, ran itself clear up underneath and caught my bra. And so I was standing, well, I wasn't standing anymore. I was dangling from my bra with the hammer that Cade has now got in his mouth. And yeah, so my little feet were just dangling as I was being held by my bra, held up by my bra. And Candace was sitting there. She was just laughing so hard. And so Kate, let me down, and my bra was just completely stretched and ruined, and I had scratch marks going clear up my stomach and up into my chest area. So I went home and I took off my bra and I just threw it in the trash can. I mean, it was shot. It was just stretched out, broken. And my husband had come through and he picked the bra up and he's like, "Do you want to tell me something?" And I'm like, "Cade." And that's the name of the horse that did that. And he's like, "Cade?" And I said, "Yeah, don't ask." And he said, "I don't think I want to know." So he just chucked the bra back in the trash can. So yes, I was picked up by my bra by a horse. Okay, so another little fun fact about me is that I collect petrified wood. I do. And I have, buckets, tubs of these. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about this that it just is so intriguing to me. If you Google how long it takes for wood to become petrified, I think I'm saying that right. Yeah. I mean, it is literally thousands and thousands of years. And so for me, you can go out, and you can touch a tree and know that it's been there for, many, many years, or pick up a handful of dirt and go, "Oh, that's been there a long time." But to actually hold something in your hand that has been on this earth for thousands and thousands of years, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's really intriguing to me. And so there's I find this all over my property for some reason, and it's just randomly, especially like after a good hard rain or something, or we've been clearing some areas on our property. I find it, and it is much different than like what a rock is. Like you can pick up a rock, and a rock has some like a good weighty substance to it. But you pick up petrified wood and it's, it's hard like a rock, but it has a lighter consistency to it. I mean, it's not like really heavy. And it kind of has like a ping sound to it instead of like, whenever you rub, clack two rocks together, how it's kind of like that dull, smash. But these just kind of have like a ting to them or something. So anyway, yeah, I collect petrified wood. Now for the last little thing that I want to share with you, many years ago I did quite a bit of modeling. Unfortunately, I do not have many of the things that I did do, magazines, a lot of my beautiful pictures that I did have, my little portfolio that I had. I unfortunately was dating a guy who was not a very nice guy, and I did manage to finally get away from him. But anyway, he burned a lot of my stuff that I did have. So I just have a couple little things that I can show you, some magazines. Let's see here. This right here is a motocross magazine. Who doesn't love motocross, And the picture, let's see here. Here I am in the picture here. So that is me. The guy that I am with, let's see here. I cannot remember his name, but he was a professional motocross bike racer. So anyway, that is me there doing a little modeling some little sportswear stuff. And then there's another magazine as well, and it's also a motocross magazine. Here I am again up there with him. So there's another one. Now, okay, so in this magazine, the guy who was like really big at that time, his name was Damon Bradshaw. So this is a picture of Damon Bradshaw. He was super big. I mean, super into the whole motocross thing. So anyway, all right, here's a picture of me and Damon that we did for for a magazine. So yes, I look at this picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did that body go? It's in here somewhere. It's still in here somewhere, but I have not seen that body in so many years. But anyway, I look at that and I go, oh my gosh, look at that hair. That hair is like crazy. So anyway, yeah, I used to do some modeling. And I've got one picture that I have this in my closet. It's just kind of like one of those, I don't know. But I also did modeling for Oakley sunglasses. So I have this picture here, my little Oakley sunglasses. And you could tell I used to tan. There's my little bunny sticker there that I had on me. So yeah, I did some modeling in my younger years, and it was a lot of fun. And anyway, yeah, so that may be a little fact that you all do not know about me. All right, ladies, so that is all that I have got for this video. I certainly hope that you all did enjoy it, you know, just kind of sharing just some things that you normally don't get to hear. I mean, you know, there is a little bit more to me other than, you know, the makeup and the skincare and, you know, the clothing things. So anyway, I want to thank Carla so very much for doing this little tag video. And if you are a content creator, I would love for you to go ahead and, you know, take off with this little tag. It really is a lot of fun. So anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you so very much for hanging out with me and stopping by and visiting me. And as always, I wish you all a safe and wonderful day. Bye.